such an incredibly radiant light Cheslie Kryst was as a correspondent for Extra Television, as a former Miss USA, a top 10 finisher in the Miss Universe pageant, and an attorney as well, dead from an apparent suicide found outside of her apartment building on 42nd Street on Sunday morning. A statement from her family confirming her death. They said that in devastation and great sorrow, we share the passing of our beloved Cheslie. Her great light was one that inspired others around the world with her beauty and strength. She had put a final post up on Instagram just hours before her death on Sunday morning, which may have been somewhat of a window into her mindset, saying, "May this day bring you rest and peace." She's 30 years old, winner of the Miss USA pageant, worked with the Miss Universe pageant as well as being a top 10 finisher, an entertainment correspondent for Extra. She also earned her MBA from Wake Forest, and she was an attorney who had practiced law in North Carolina. Her family also going on to say that whether she was working as an attorney fighting for social justice, as Miss USA, as a host on Extra, but most importantly, she'll be remembered as a daughter, sister, friend, mentor, and colleague. They know that her impact will live on. Just an incredible amount of outpouring of love for her. Extra also releasing a statement saying she was not just a vital part of our show, she was a beloved part of our Extra family and touched the entire staff. Our deepest condolences to all her family and friends. According to some media reports, she may have left a note behind addressing that she wanted her belongings to go to her mother. If you or anyone you know is struggling with mental health issues, you can always get help. There is a prevention hotline, 1-800-273-TALK. That's 1-800-273-8255. Reporting on Manhattan's West Side, I'm Kirsten Colpix, 11 News. Back to you, Dan and Hazel.
It's such a terribly sad story, Kirsten.
This is Ecclesiastes 25:13, and it reads, "Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman." I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem HaKadosh. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, who the word ignorantly calls God, and his name in Hebrew means he exists. And Yahweh's name is only begotten Son, who the word ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, and his name in Hebrew means he delivers. By Hashem in the name, Rakak Wadash, the Holy Spirit. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone rule well. Peace and blessings to the shocking that's pushing forward in the truth to the four corners of the earth. I want to say shalom to your brothers and keep pushing. And a double shalom to the Israelites that look like the other nations. And it's Sharwatim. I want to say shalom to your brothers and sisters as well. My name is Dawada from the GMS Line St. Louis camp. And I'll come back again with another video. And I don't know what I'm titled of this yet, but just saw the model on Miss America. You know, beautiful so-called black woman, beautiful. Like she might be like biracial or something like that. But, you know, if you look at the video, again, the shore, you know, beautiful, gorgeous, nice hair and all that. But she committed suicide. And that just goes to show you that, hey, the plague of the heart is real. You know, your heart goes into your la'ab, which meaning your mind. All right? Because suicide and depression is at an all-time high. Sadness, you know, especially amongst you women. Because, hey, this feminism shit don't work for you women. You know, you can pretend and, you know, talk shit and shit on men and act like you happy, but really y'all not happy. None of y'all are happy because y'all not in y'all feminine submissive role. And that's how the Lord made it from the beginning. He made you women to be servants unto a man. That's what the word woman means in itself. But a lot of you women, especially you so-called black women, you don't want to hear that. But hey, it's true. That's how the Lord made you. But yeah, she jumped out of her apartment, allegedly jumped out of her apartment. Hey, it could have been a murder. Who knows? But let's just say it's a suicide. You know? That just go to show you that beauty is vain. You see, because a woman that look like this commits suicide. And a lot of you women feel like this. A lot of you beautiful women. Hey, I'm gonna hit you with something. The most beautiful women on the planet right now, I'm talking about like physical beauty. You know, some of them are the most evilest and miserable women that you ever come in contact with, because they so pretty, they don't really have a personality, and they don't really know how to decipher between good and evil, because they so pretty. You know, men are oozing attention at them. You know, they're getting attention and validation, and they got way too many options. A lot of you women suffer from system overload, like you're doing way too many things. Because it said she was a lawyer, she studied law and all that, which they're gonna try to hype her up, you know, but studied law, she basically doing too much. But was she married? Absolutely not. So what's the point of even having all that beauty if you're not even married to a man? You know, you just getting just attention. Wow. Okay. And that attention shit, hey, that shit vain. It really doesn't mean anything. You know, like yeah, like you see a beautiful woman, you ooh and an eye, and you look at her shape and look at her hair and all that. But look, if you ain't got a man, then it's really no point. Like all that's in vain, because your beauty is designed. The Most High gave you that to attract a man of substance, because you already know, like 9 times out of 10, she don't know her father. You know, there's always a good-looking chicks that don't know their father. I swear it is, but yeah. So any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman, all right? Which we ain't gonna go into that. Pretty much self-explanatory about the wickedness of these women, you know. And you women, you are more prone to demons than us men are, because you're the weaker vessel, and especially nowadays. All right, because there's all this out here is wickedness. There's all types of ways that you can basically mess yourself up and ruin yourself. All right, that's why a woman, she ain't supposed to have that much liberty to gather abroad. You know, so Proverbs 31:30, favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. Right, so favor is deceitful. All right, and beauty is vain. Yeah, so the favor, all right, that these women be having, all that shit is deceitful, because the majority of those men that's favoring these women, they just want them for sex. All right, and a lot of these women, they know that, they can see through it. And yeah, beauty is vain, because eventually you're gonna get old. All right, because when you come into the truth as a man or a woman of the Lord, you basically working on the inner man. And that's pretty much what counts, because inner beauty is more important than outer beauty. All right, like when somebody's beautiful on the inside, it make them look way better. You know, if their spirit attract you, I know that's what attract me, is a dope personality. All right, I always loved that about a woman that I was dealing with, the personality. Like, how can I vibe with her? All right, and that's what you got to look for in a woman. You got to look for a personality that, like, basically, how can this woman benefit me? You see, and I know all of them ain't like that, but I'm saying, if you want like a stable relationship, all right. Matter of fact, let's go back over here to Sirach, Ecclesiastes 26:14. And it reads, a silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing much worth as a mind well instructed. Right, so a silent and loving woman. All right, but nowadays these women talk too much. You know, always got something to say. Scripture says the foolish woman is clamorous. Clamorous means she talk too much. All right, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. right? So it's nothing worth as a mind well instructed. You know, because a lot of these women, they don't have discipline. All right, they got wonton eyes. They all about the flesh pleasures. Nothing about them is disciplined. Like their eating habits is undisciplined. Their sex life, that's shit. You forget about that shit. That's way undisciplined. Because majority of you chicks nowadays, and shit is only going up. You know, you got high school chicks that got more, that probably done had more sexual partners than a grown man like myself. All right, and that's fucking pathetic. That's a shame. You know, but in this world, that's okay. Verse 15: a shame-faced and faithful woman is a double grace, and her continent mind cannot be valued. Right. So let's look at the word continent. Doing some web searching. It says it says it's a continent.
Continent.
Says ability to control movements of the bowels, which is not the one we're looking for. We're looking at 2. Exercising self-restraint, especially sexually. Right? So yeah. And a lot of these women, they don't do that. You know, drinking alcohol and laying with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. All right. Having orgies and experimenting with other women. You know, these women out here are nasty. Right, so her continent mind cannot be valued. Right, so that's priceless, especially in this day and age. Like, well, a woman that's a little bit more chaste. Because that's the type of women that brothers should go for. Like, brothers should, you know, look at a woman for her character. Instead of, like, just going all about looks. You know, and I know we all like beautiful women. That's just in our nature. Cause that's the first thing you see is a woman's beauty. You know, but it's your choice to decide if you want to deal with her or not. Like I say, you gotta look at her character, see where her head at. You know, just listen to what these women say. Right? But yeah, that's why this place gotta be destroyed. Because it's breeding whores. And, you know, hey, a lot of these women feel like this. A lot of these women are suicidal. I think the brother Quarloff from Jeff City, Missouri, he did a video talking about these women. Like a lot of these women are kamikazes. And kamikazes, I think that's a Japanese word. It's basically like a suicide bomber. You know, they come into your life and basically destroy shit. All right? So you got to be careful for dealing with these type of women out here. You know? Hey, in the kingdom of heaven, hey, you women going to be at peace. And yeah, y'all talking y'all shit now and bucking up and you always got something smart to say, but in the kingdom of heaven, you're going to be good. And, like, just as long as you got the power. Because when the Israelite man getting this power, hey, everybody going to shut up. Because right now you can talk shit and dislike the videos. Shit, the dislikes is back up. I think the dislikes still disabled, but yeah, you can talk shit, scoff, and fan your hand, walk down the street, and you know, if you dealt with a man or the Lord, you can go get another man. All right, but all this is about to come to an end. All right. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot more other women that's gonna kill themselves, but the Lord gonna stop a lot of you women from ending your life because you got a judgment to fulfill. You know, and ain't no telling what a chick like that did, because A lot of these Instagram models, they be going over there to like Dubai and all those other places and having sex with animals and getting pissed on and shitted on, right, by them funky ass Ishmaelites. All right. And yeah. So shit. A lot of these women just off themselves, or somebody else off them. Isaiah 32:1. Behold, the king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a cover from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Right. So it says a man, because you women, you gonna learn who the prize is. The prize is the Israelite man. All right. That teaches the correct doctrine of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. See? Because the Lord is going to increase the men of the Lord's value. Because as of right now, our value is the lowest on the totem pole. You know, Pookie and Ray Ray is at the top. Those low vibration niggas that you love so much. And guess what? Hey, all those niggas gonna die. They're gonna get shipped off to war, get blown up, zapped by a chariot. Because when your Yahushua come, you're gonna be zapping these military troops. All right. Gonna be killed by gun violence. The ones that don't go, there's one that's gonna duck the draft. All right. And it's just gonna be the men of the Lord standing. See? And the men of the Lord gonna get spiritual power. And so yeah, you're gonna want to get with that. But a lot of you're gonna get rejected. Because you didn't see our value when you had a chance. You know, and the Lord is fair. And the Lord know how you women think. How well women are smarter than, you know, if women was empowered, this wouldn't happen, this wouldn't happen. That's prideful. That's hella prideful. You know? You women wasn't made to be in seats of power. You women weren't even made to even pick your own man. Let's known rule a country with women and men and children. Ain't gotta go to war. Absolutely not. See? Verse 32. Salakia, verse 9. Rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice, you careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall you be troubled, you careless women. For the vintage shall fail. The gathering shall not come right. So the vintage, that represents the system that we living in right now. Because everything is about to fail. All right. You got inflation. You got Joe Biden, you know, calling the man a stupid son of a you know what. As he asked about inflation. All right. Because famine is coming. Famine coming. And we know how you women love to eat. You love comfort food, ice cream, pickles, and what else? Greasy food, greasy ass burgers and quesadillas. All right. Starbucks. So kind. Verse 11. Tremble, you women that are at ease. Be trouble, you careless ones. Strip you and make you bare. And gird sackcloth upon your loins. Right. So tremble, you women that are at ease. Hey, tremble. Hey, because it's about to end. You know. And if you ain't covered by a man of the Lord, that's your ass. Or if you broke up with a man of the Lord, hey, you better beg him back. You know. But a lot of these women, they ain't gonna get it until the smackdown come. And shit, some of y'all, it's gonna be too late. Some of y'all gonna be forgiven, but most of y'all, it's gonna be too late. All right. First Timothy 5:5 14. And it reads, I will therefore that the younger woman marry, bear children, guard the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. For some have already turned after Satan, right? That's not what I wanted. But let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Shalaki. Okay, here it is. Verse 6. 1 Timothy 5 and 6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. Right. It's talking about the woman. You know, you live in pleasure. All right. Because it got to be a balance between discipline and pleasure. And most of you women, you don't have a balance between that. You just pleasure. You pretty much lose yourself in pleasure. Doing these different type of drugs and like I said, laying down every time Dick and Harry, you basically lose the feeling. You know, when you overindulge in pleasure, you pretty much lose the feeling of it. Like when you overindulge in eating the wrong foods, all right, that's bad for your body. Because a lot of these women got weight problems. See? So kind. And you can't even pair bond with a man because you done had so many. Like every time the little hole down there get wet, you gotta have it penetrated. You know? Every single time. That's why you women supposed to have husbands. Verse 14, read that again. I will therefore that the younger women marry, bear children, guard the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. Yeah, so the younger women, you're supposed to have a husband. You know, like what you mean you too young for a boyfriend? Or I should say a husband, because that's what a lot of these Israelite women be telling their daughters. You too young for a husband. You gotta go and get this and that and that and the other. And look, you had a woman that had it all. She won a beauty pageant. All right, Miss America. She had her hair. Her hair was all the way down to her back. Hair was down to her back. All right. Beautiful. Studied law. Boom, killed herself. Because that's not what makes you women happy, man. And a lot of you women, you just too proud to admit that you need men. Because the Lord made y'all natural dependents. And that didn't save her. Someone make y'all think that's gonna save y'all. That didn't make her happy. It says, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. Yeah. And the adversary do speak reproachfully, especially about you so-called black women. Even though he putting you out there to destroy yourself and destroy the men of your nations. And you been pretty successful at that. All right. You know, you even had this Edomite woman that was saying, I think she was asking the so-called black man, like, what's wrong with the black woman? Like, you got to put her in her place. All right, for you brothers that seen that video. Yeah, so even the adversary know. I'm talking about these regular Joe six-pack smoking Edomites. All right. Yeah, so many turned out to Satan. You know. Alright, so I'm going to wrap it up. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Shemi Yahushua, by Shema Kagwarash. Hope this is edifying, and I want to say shalom. On to the next one.